continuing on chapter 10, at least we'll try to do the first part, if not the second part in 10 minutes. There are 4 parts in the 10th chapter. Okay, so what we were doing is, in the second verse of chapter 10, Krishna is saying that nobody can understand from where Krishna originates. You know, the source, we cannot understand how Krishna is the source of everything. Even rishis, sages who meditate so much on Krishna, even the gods, they don't really know because they themselves are born from Krishna. So, you know, we may know, for example, we may know that we may know about our father from when we were born, or our father may tell us also, you know, I was like this when I was a child, I was a sportsman, or but we cannot know fully, right? Similarly, we cannot know Krishna because Krishna was there for all the time and he will always be there. But we are only born now and we don't know, we can never know Krishna fully. It's not possible. Then here Krishna is saying that he who knows me, if you just know that Krishna is unborn, he has no beginning, that he is the supreme Lord of the world, undiluted among men. If you just know that much, if you meditate on Krishna like that, you can become free from all sins. That's a very, beautiful thing that Krishna is telling us in this 10.3. In the 4th and 5th verse, Krishna is telling us that all these different things, intelligence, knowledge, freedom from doubt and delusion, forgiveness, truthfulness, control of your senses, control of the mind, happiness and distress, birth and death, fear and fearlessness, non-violence, equanimity, satisfaction, austerity, charity, fame, infamy, so many things. All these qualities which are there in living beings are created by whom? They are all created by Krishna. Krishna created them. So you may ask, even the bad things are created by Krishna. So the answer is that all the things which are bad are because of absence of Krishna. Krishna is all the good things, okay? Where Krishna is not there, when we turn our face from Krishna, then we are entering a world of where there are bad things. So, but when we turn to Krishna, it is only good. Krishna is is all good things. Absence of the good things, where it is there the evil will happen. Okay. So in the next verse, 10.6, Krishna says that the 7 sages which were there in the beginning, from whom all have originated. Before them, the 4 sages, which are called as the Kumaras, Sanaka, Sananda, Sanatana, and Sanat Kumara. All these 4, were there before. All of them, even Brahma and all the Manus, they all were born from Krishna's mind. And all the living beings came from them. So that is how Krishna is the original, the father of everything in the whole world. He is the source. So neither the host of demigods nor the sages know him. He is the source. And here we learn a lesson that, if in the previous verse you can see this picture, you remember the story of Damodara I told you earlier? How when you have so much of love,
there was one king.
How Krishna was tied.
There was one king. He lived the palace, and then he was living in jungle. Then he did puja, and every day. Then one day when he was doing puja, he saw a deer. After that, I don't know.
That was about King Bharata. This one I'm telling you about Damodara, where Krishna is tied by his mother Yashoda. And so here what we come to know is that the bhaktas or devotees.
Not this story.
Damodara.
The mother will tie him with a big rope. Something, and then
So that grinding.
And then he will. And he'll try to run.
Walk with it.
Then, walk with it. Then 2 trees were there. He was going between it and the big
trees fell down.
Yes. Yeah. And then the tree fell down and 2 devs. 2 devs came and and they told that we were in the tree because
We were cursed by Shejnal. We were cursed by
somebody trapped.
Yes. Good, Vihan. You remember such a lot. Very good. So that's why we are saying in this, we are understanding that although Krishna cannot be conceived, cannot be imagined, cannot be approached yet, still, if you have so much of love for Krishna, you can bind him with the ropes of love, like how Yashoda bound him. That is how Krishna will be there for you the moment you're able to love him so much. So now, actually, we are going to be starting the essence of Bhagavad-Gita. Children, I want you to remember that the Chatushloki verse numbers in the Gita are 10.8, 9, 10, and 11. In the 10th chapter, verse 8, 9, 10, and 11 are called Chatushloki. And this is very interesting in the Bhagavad-Gita. In chapter 10, in the verse 10.8 and 10.9, Krishna will say, what should we do? What should we do if we want to love and be devoted to Krishna? What is our part? And then in 10.10 and 10.11, he will tell us what he will do for us if we become pure devotees of Krishna. Okay, so let's listen quickly to that. We have just 5 minutes, but maybe we can do the Chatushloki. So in 10.8, Krishna is saying, Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. Can you imagine if you can understand that Krishna is the source of everything? Everything comes from him. And everything in the world is happening only because of Krishna. Iti matva means one who understands this, bhajante mam, and is able to pray and sing the praise of God, Krishna. Buddha bhava samanvita. For such a person, what will such a wise person do? He will constantly do devotional service of Krishna, and he will worship Krishna with all his heart. Whenever you put a small flower for Krishna, you put all your heart and give it to Krishna. Okay, so here he's talking about how devotees will behave when they know that Krishna is the source of everything. Then in the next verse here, 10.8, before we move to 10.9, I put the story of Murigari, a hunter. This is a story of Murigari. Once Narada Muni was walking in the forest, he saw dead bodies of half dead bodies of animals who are, in pain. And this Murigari was a hunter who enjoyed hurting animals. He was a sadist. Sadist means someone who becomes very happy to see pain in other people. And he was, just killing them half, and he was happy to see them in pain. Narada told him, this is not the right thing. You're giving so much of pain to so many animals. And he said, no, I'm enjoying it. And then how Narada, he explains to him that this is not the right thing. And he teaches him the Hare Krishna, Maha Mantra. And how he said, don't worry about anything. If you just sit and chant, God will provide everything for you. And how this Murigari, just because of association with the devotee, Narada is a pure devotee. If you have association, means if you're able to meet and converse or spend some time with a pure devotee, you can become pure. That's like magic. That's how with this Murigari, who was like this, like a Rakshas, he was so cruel. He turns into the next picture here. You can see he turns into such a big devotee that after many years when Narada comes, he's even so careful that he won't even walk without dusting the place. He doesn't even want to kill a small animal. So careful he becomes. He says that Krishna is there everywhere. I don't want to hurt any animal or anything. So that is a transformation, miraculous change which happens because of the devotee's association. He gets the company of the Narada Muni for some time and he becomes such a pure devotee. And here we can see in 10.9, Krishna says, the thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are devoted to my service. So what do pure devotees do? They give their whole life to Krishna. Oh, Krishna, everything I'm doing for you. I don't want anything in this world. And they derive so much of happiness and bliss because they are always, look at this last is very important. Tushyanti cha ramanti cha. That means, and kathayantascha mam nityam. Like how we are doing now. We're talking about the stories of Krishna. We're talking about the glories of Krishna. So those who are devotees, what will they do? They always enjoy talking to other people. Like how today Vihan was telling us a story And so, they enjoy saying the stories of Krishna, and they enjoy talking about how great Krishna is. They'll be like, I'm learning chapter 10 in the Bhagavad-Gita, and then Nisha will be like, yes, I'm trying to learn these verses. So we're talking about Gita, about Krishna, about his stories. So they enjoy doing that. True devotees enjoy doing that. So here in this small shloka, it says that pure devotees are like magnets. They will convert other people into devotees. And let's look at the last two verses. Only 2 minutes are left. Last two verses of not the chapter, of the Chatushloki. Then Krishna says, what will I give you? If you're going to say, please talk to me, Lord, and Krishna gives you the Gita. See the picture there? Like that, those who are constantly devoted to Krishna, serving Krishna with so much of love, what does Krishna give them? Krishna gives them the understanding by which they can come to Krishna. You don't have to struggle in this material world. If you understand Krishna, Krishna will take him to his world. You will be able to go to the spiritual world if you are able to love Krishna and understand Krishna. You'll be free from all the miseries of this world. And what else does Krishna give? We can see in 10.11. He says that to show them special mercy. Such a person who becomes my devotee, what does Krishna do? He will light a lamp. Can you see the lamp of knowledge? If you are able to understand Krishna and you are able to love him, what will Krishna do? He will light a lamp of knowledge, and the whole darkness of the heart will disappear. Krishna is in everybody's heart. But when we recognize him and we start loving him, see, like this diya, he will light up our heart and he will give us all the knowledge. This will happen. You can try it out. So that is why these 4 shlokas are very important. Krishna says, what should you do? Simply love Krishna, be devoted to him, understand that he's a supreme, personality of Godhead, understand that he's a cause and origin of everything. And then what will Krishna do? He will take you to his world. He will not allow you to suffer in this material world. He will light a lamp of knowledge in your heart. See how beautiful it will be? The whole world will be different once you're able to meditate and understand Krishna. Okay, so I think today we will only do this much. I would like you to do the quiz. So here in this verses, we learn importance of association of pure devotees. The 3 steps are goal, process, and awareness. Okay, so in this verse, we learn that the goal is to become knowledgeable, to be protected by Krishna, and to be happy. And then the process is, again, you have to surrender to Krishna. You have to think of Krishna. You will be devoted to Krishna. And what do you become aware of? You become aware that Krishna is the source of everything. He is the source of knowledge, and that he will destroy all impediments. Impediments means problems if you are devoted to him. And then I wanted to make you all learn these shlokas, but we'll do that next class. And we have finished the first 2 parts. The next 2 parts we'll do next class. It's 11 already, children. I hope you enjoyed this chapter and the story of Bakasura and Bakasura. Please join me next Saturday as well. So anybody has any doubt, children?
No, ma'am.
You can click on the link and please answer the quiz. I want Nisha, Vihan, and Arya to answer the quiz. I don't know, Arya has left the meeting, but I'll put it in the group, and I hope you will click on the link and answer these simple 4 questions based on today's chapter. Okay, bye everyone. Hare Krishna.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.